From the KLIF 24/7 newsroom, news and information, 570 AM, 96.3 FM, HD2.
KLIF.
At work, when you're at work, you have email at work,
right?
Work-based email. But your boss has a right to look at the email. As a matter of fact, it goes back before email. I remember the first time I learned that any letter that came to me addressed with my name on it and came to my place of business, the boss has a right to open it and read it.
That's why I don't write anything in an email that my mother wouldn't approve of in a work email. Oh, seriously.
No, I understand. That's a good life philosophy in general. It doesn't have anything really to do with work, but apparently it goes much deeper than that. We have Mr. Charles Horton on the line. He's a business coach in Flower Mound, author of Ignite the Secrets. Good morning, Mr. Horton.
Good morning.
Well, talk to us about this, because I think almost nobody is aware of the fact that the boss could actually put a bug in your car.
You know, I'm an employer with 160 employees, and I look at this type of stuff regularly. And a couple of months ago, I was amazed at the amount of information that I can get from an employee's cell phone that I issue them. If I know the iCloud backup password, I can track that phone. I can read all of the text messages. I can see all of the pictures. Now, I'm way too busy to do that, but just the knowledge that that information is available as an individual is shocking. And all you have to do is know that iCloud password. But it is true, you know, emails can be on a employer's server for a long, long time. Many employers monitor and record all of the phone calls that are coming. So don't take anything that you do at work or with work equipment lightly. That information is available to your employer.
You're talking about work-issued equipment like a work-issued cell phone, but how about a private cell phone or just your private car?
Well, your spouse, if they know your password, or somebody you're dating, if they know that password, that iCloud backup password, they can get all of that information. But I would not think it would be very easy at all or legal for an employer to get the information or track you on anything other than work-related equipment.
So basically, don't do things on your work computer that you don't want your employer to know about.
Exactly. There's recording devices and monitoring devices where I use it for customer support. So if one of my employees is having issues, I have an IT department. They can get on the computer and walk the employee, or fix issues on their computer, walk the employee through how to do something on their computer. But that can easily be used just to watch what you're doing. The employee doesn't necessarily know that their screen is being monitored at that moment. So if you're busy watching porn films at work, beware.
It's kind of interesting that the federal government and local authorities have restrictions because of the Constitution and the Fourth Amendment that private businesses don't have. Now, there are some restrictions. Places like Texas and Virginia, Minnesota, and Tennessee, those four states, have made it illegal to track vehicles without the owner's consent. In California, they've taken that a step further, and they actually forbid tracking any, quote, movable thing. So I guess that would include a bicycle or whatever. But other than that, we have no federal privacy law that keeps businesses from taking their employees or tracking their employees with GPS.
In California, employees certainly have better protections due to that one law. But the key thing that you said in that statement, as far as Texas goes, without the owner's consent. When the owner is the company, they're giving their consent, and so that vehicle can be monitored.
So if you're an employee and you have a company vehicle and you take it home and you end up outside of some strip joint or something like that, your employer could potentially get you on that, I guess.
Absolutely. I have far better things to do than try to track 160 employees, so I've always managed by the numbers. If you're doing your job and everything is going well, then I'm not micromanaging you at all. But when we hear complaints or we hear customers come in, because our cars are wrapped with our business, I have heard where one of my district managers spends all day at a bar, and now that I have that information, I may use it to determine if that district manager is really spending all afternoon when he's supposed to be working, he's sitting in front of a bar.
So basically, we come right down to the bottom line. It's word of the wise should be sufficient. If you have a job, you're expected to do your job and keep your nose clean in the process.
That's kind of how I look at it, but I also understand the whole privacy issues. I've read some articles where employers are tracking what you're doing after you leave work, and I'm all about working hard and playing hard, and I'm not going to judge you on what you do once you leave, nor do I want to know where you are, and nor would I want my management staff to be tracking any of that information. But the information is out there. I was amazed that you could see somebody's photos and read back through all of their texts. That's scary. Keep your password safe.
Yeah, but like you said, who has the time for all that? What's the name of your company, by the way?
FastBucks.
What is it?
FastBucks. I also have a company called Secure Vital, a furniture store chain called Get Don't Rent. I'm kind of the seasoned entrepreneur, and then author of Ignite the Secret.
You're one of those overachievers that I hear about.
I like to keep busy.
Well, you sound like a good boss to work for.
Yeah.
I do that by hiring wonderful people and trusting. I'm not micromanaging.
There you go, getting out of their way and letting them do their thing. Thank you so much, Mr. Horton. It was good talking with you.
Thanks for having me on. Have a good morning.
Charles Horton, business coach and other things in Flower Mound, author of a book called Ignite the Secrets. 6:45 now. Let's check traffic again. Right now, here's Bill Jackson.
On I-35E northbound at Beckley in Oak Cliff.